Like and subscribe right now, or else this will be in your bed tonight. r/AskReddit by Planet Reddit. What is something that bothers other people that you don't really care about? Someone not holding a door for me. We all have places to be. No big deal. I kind of agree. But I feel like if I'm within arm's reach of you, it doesn't hurt to hold it for an extra 0.5 second as you're walking through, or give it an extra little push to keep it open a wee bit longer to save me from having to catch it and reopen from halfway closed. Edit. Added words. That happened to me at work today. This lady turned around and looked right at me and then let the door close behind her. When I'm driving with someone and, with little notice, I am instructed to make a quick exit turn. I miss the exit turn. And the person yells, "OMG. You missed IT. Now we have to U-turn." Blah blah. And I'm just sitting there, content with my decision to not risk our lives by cutting traffic, hitting someone or a road median etc. Getting somewhere 3 minutes faster by risking your life is not worth it. You should have me as a sidekick. Multiple times I've been commented on as being a very calm car driver and not getting upset when people miss their turn, and instead just quickly trying to figure out where to go next from here. I didn't even know you could do it differently. Just seemed like the most sensible thing to me. If someone gets upset that you missed a turn when you can just go one more block up and get where you're going safely, you need to drop that entitled piece of crap on the curb and keep going on your own. The word moist. It's a really useful word. It makes me furious that it's become this sort of cutesy taboo now. Duck you. I'm still using it. I think it's one of those things people don't like because the internet told them they have to dislike it. Like Nickelback. What other people choose to eat, drink, besides possibly health considerations. I have better things to do than shit on people for drinking cider, eating pineapple pizza, overcooked steak, veggie burgers, whatever. Go eat what you want. I'm not a fan of telling people what to do. Edit. I love cider. It's alcoholic and delicious. I do not love people who hate on people that love cider. Wait, do people shit on other people for drinking cider? It's alcoholic juice, what's not to like? Eating certain food at the wrong time or in the wrong order. I may start the day with roast vegetables and have porridge in the evening. Eat 5 small meals in one day. Then one big one the next day while snacking on bits of fruit over the rest of the day. I'll also happily eat just a bowl of butter beans or lentils, if it comes in a can. I'll just eat it as a mini meal. Food is food. To me. Edit. Since people have mentioned this, I'll throw seasonal foods into the mix. Ice cream in winter or hot chocolate in summer is totally cool by me. How can you eat leftover pizza at 8 AM? Like, WTF, why would I be cool with eating it at 4 PM but not now? What's the problem? It tastes the ducking same. I had a ham and cheese hot pocket for breakfast at work one day and a coworker was giving me shit about it. Okay. What's the difference between what I'm eating and the ham and cheese biscuit you are eating? Also, who cares? Someone not saying you're welcome after I say thank you. I just figure I'm the thankful one and it's weird to feel you owe me a response. I'm more caught off guard when people actually respond. Saying it was my pleasure irks me something fierce though. Get the cheek feeler shit out of here. It bothers me too because it sounds so unnatural. What other people do with their money. What if they buy cordless alarm clocks and hide them all around your house? I would find this behavior alarming to say the least. Edit. Thanks for supporting Reddit and giving me gold. Kindest stranger of strangers. Imgur.com link. This is not something a lot of people here will probably relate to. But I don't mind people who try to learn Japanese because they are weebs. Those people might be annoying sometimes. But the way I see it, they are just trying to understand something that makes them happy and at least trying to do something with their obsession. As long as it's not harming themselves or others. It's all groovy. If only more people thought this way, it'd make the world a much more peaceful place. Great article by The Onion. Curse words in almost any setting. Sometimes a curse word is the best word to use in a particular scenario. Agreed. My sister hates the word hate and tries to tell me off every time I say it, but often it's the perfect word to describe my dislike of something. Not to mention that she says hate all the time herself. My aunt used to tell me we don't hate. We strongly dislike beach, ain't nobody got time for that. Airline travel. Objectively, it's awesome. Want to get 3,000 miles away? A 5-hour trip. It's like magic. The Wi-Fi on my plane didn't work. This is bullshit. What happened then? Did you fly through the air? Impossibly? Did you soar through the heavens and arrive somewhere thousands of miles away a few hours later? Also, airports are one of the few places where it's socially acceptable to drink any time of day. Driving in traffic. It gives me time to catch up on podcasts. I get it. But when it takes 45 minutes to get to work when it would take 15 minutes without traffic, it starts to kinda bug you. But that car on the other side of the divided highway is pulled over by the police. Doesn't matter, there are 4 lanes and a wall, we better all slow down. Who the duck is Logan Paul anyway? I agree that it's better / easier to just to ignore celebrities instead of actively wasting energy hating them. That's pointless. However, what bothers me about the Paul brothers is the influence they have over young kids that watch their videos and other similar channels. I don't want to sound like an old grump, but they're such obnoxious, entitled man children, and it sucks that they have a platform for kids to try to imitate their behavior. So while their fame does annoy me, the Pauls themselves doesn't annoy me as much as parents who buy smartphones and tablets for their kids when they're really young. Edit. To clarify, not just parents that buy the electronics, but parents that let YouTube, the internet, social media teach their kids values and how to treat people. Obviously you can't control everything your kid sees online, but parents should at least be teaching their children enough that they don't end up considering the Pauls an example of normal behavior for young adults. Right? When people put the toilet paper on the wrong way. If I spent my life caring about stuff that small, I'd have a heart attack by 25 SMH. I think I'm the only person I know who honestly does not care either way. I understand if you have a cat toddler, but it has never in the slightest bothered me which way I have to roll the paper. I'm just glad there is paper. You're not alone. When asked, I can't even answer because I don't pay attention at lol. Using the one example of an online a-hole to make a mountain out of a molehill instead of ignoring and marginalizing that person. Which is far more effective. Userlist in transactions has used the phrase make a mountain out of a molehill. A phrase which here means to make a big deal out of something small that needn't be worried about. I'm outraged and offended. Breastfeeding in public. That baby hungry? Feed it. Wherever. However you need to. I was walking through the mall once with some friends I'd gone up north to visit, and they brought some people I didn't know. One of the guys said as we're walking by a breastfeeding mother, "That's really gross, man, like how can you just hump out your tits in public?" To which my friend replied, "You're no one to talk, you masturbate to midget porn at work loud enough that we'd hear it but not loud enough for anyone else to hear." What a rude thing to say. How embarrassing for you. Leggings as pants. As a dude who wears spats to jiu-jitsu, why can't I wear them to work but the girls can? With the amount of squats and running I do, my wife is jealous of my ass. Be the change you want to see. Bring back tights. Men in tights. When someone has a different opinion and speaks on it. Cool. I'm interested to see what makes you think that way. If people can politely explain their opinions to me, I'm all for the discussion. I enjoy it. It's learning. I don't understand why anyone wouldn't want to learn more about other people and the world around them. We are all uniquely individual beings with unique experiences and perspectives and thoughts. And that's an amazing thing. I might not agree with the opinion, but I will try to be polite about it until the other person starts not being polite to me. The art of debate is dying. People are offended when you don't share their opinion. Or they think their opinion is a fact. Or that they think when someone says something it means they think it's a fact, when they're really just sharing their opinion. When someone says moist, the word really doesn't bother me in the slightest. Gen Z doesn't have an opinion because they eat Tide Pods. I feel like the people bleaching about this are really out of touch with their own generation's stupidity. One of the main offenders I see on Facebook is the same person that held his hand in front of a blowtorch for fun. Every generation has stupid people. We're just so much into the digital age that whenever someone does something stupid, the whole world sees. Gen X here. Every few weeks I see one of my peers sharing something like my generation didn't need to be told don't try this at home cause we weren't stupid. When actually, the whole kids don't try this at home started in 1980 on the show That's Incredible because we were being stupid. What other people think of me? I remember the day I stopped giving a duck. It was a cold April day on my 42nd birthday. I've never felt freer since. Pro tip. When possible, never justify yourself. Your friends don't need it and your enemies won't believe it. So duck them all and just do you. And when you can't follow that maxim, such as in work scenarios, don't give them any more information than they need to know. In general, they don't really give a duck about you anyway. So don't waste your time appealing to their empathy. Just keep your own counsel. Reddit reposts. Oh, heaven forbid someone else posts something for useless internet points. Most of the time repost gets commented I haven't seen it before, assuming other people haven't. And if it's funny cool then I'm happy someone reposted. If not, I have a scroll wheel and functional middle finger for a reason or two. I agree. Especially on r/AskReddit. I don't care about the originality of the questions. I just want to read about the creepiest things that have happened to people for the 20th time. There are always new responses. Silence. I am perfectly comfortable with being in someone's company and not having to fill in the silence with pointless small talk. Seeking attention online. If someone posts 10 selfies a day or is vagabusting, I really don't care. I'll just scroll past and go on with my day. Finding a hair in my food. Unless it's a pube. It's probably not that dirty. Just pull it out and go about your day. As a health inspector I can assure you that no one has ever gotten sick from a hair in their food. Hair restraints are required mostly because of the ick factor. And also because if your hair is super long it could cause cross-contamination. Hair restraints. Read that as hair restaurants. Was pretty confused for about 7 seconds. Jimmy Fallon. If someone laughing a lot makes you seethe with anger, it might be time to lighten up a bit. Celebrity breakups. Celebrities. What other people do with their money. I'm not super stingy with money. I spend pretty liberally. Not extravagantly. But when I food shop for example, I don't check prices. I just buy what I want. It's my money and my choice. I have a friend who gets angry with me for not knowing how much I spent on things or for not choosing the cheapest. I'm the opposite. I'm an extreme cheapie. But I don't blame others for spending differently. My other friends make fun of my friend for buying a really expensive guitar recently. But he loves that thing. Lol. That's my mom. She asks me how much oranges cost where I live. I don't know. If I want oranges I buy them. It's not like I'm buying a house. It's fruit. I know this is really specific but a 78-year-old guy recently stabbed a 38-year-old intruder in his home. The intruder died. The old man was arrested. It's been in the local news. People are losing their shit about it. That it's disgusting to arrest the old man. That's the state of our country. It's pathetic. Blah blah blah. I sincerely hope that after the investigation has run its course and the facts have all come to light, the old man is acquitted and it's tragic that all this happened to him, but for duck's sake of course he was arrested. As if the officers on the scene could go, oh right. You're old as duck mate. Nah, don't worry about it, we don't arrest old people, and with fully appraised the situation and it was all this silly bastard's fault. You were definitely right. We'll just get this body out of here and be off. Cheers. People are disgusted that this old dude was arrested. Very sad situation all around, but chill out. Of course he was. There's no suggestion that he's being ill-treated. Hopefully justice will prevail. There are procedures for a reason. I mean, if the guy he stabbed was an intruder, wouldn't it be classed as self-defense? Should be. but the police investigate to make sure that is really the case. Prostitution. Lot of jobs require you to use your body to make money. Construction. Pro athletes. Dancers. Models. Etc. Use your genitals and it's. Oh noes. Won't someone think of the children? Consenting adults should be able to do whatever they want. When someone says, hey, guess what? Then you say what? And they say, never mind. I know many people that infuriates them. I just don't really care. People being gay. It's never bothered me. But for some reason people lose their shit if a gay person is around them. I have never understood this. I am a Southern conservative Christian. But I literally cannot understand how people of my demographic can hate another person just because they love someone of the same sex. I see a lot of gay relationships that are a much better example of loving and healthy partnerships and parenting than Tammy and Jim Bob down the street, who are both working on their third marriage and ignoring their 6 children in favor of watching NASCAR. On a similar note, I've never understood the argument. Well, how do I explain homosexual couples to my kids? It's simple. You tell them they love each other like insert heterosexual couple. Kids will just absorb that shit and accept it, like all of my younger cousins did when my oldest cousin came home with his boyfriend. The only kids who will truly have a problem with LGBT people are kids who have been taught from an early age that it's wrong. People who complain about a movie not having a likable protagonist. I'm fine even if the hero is cruel, malevolent, and egocentric, because evil is just as human as any likable protagonist. And I can empathize with both. Likeable doesn't equate to moral. Hannibal Lecter is likable. And also unrepentantly violent and evil. Probably going to get a lot of shit for this. But the Facebook security breach. If they have my information along with 87 million others, does mine really matter that much? You are a market fragment. 87 million of people like you create the data companies use to sell stuff. It's nothing that affects you personally, but if you ask me, you can't complain if you constantly feed data into something that's free and then be bothered that they're using the data. I suppose it's how you use it. I rarely give Facebook anything. But I suppose it does use my likes to tailor ads and whatnot to me. The cost of food at an entertainment venue like a ball game or movie. I don't consider it a rip-off. Because nobody is making me buy it. And if I do buy it, it was obviously worth it. I go to a lot of baseball games. They don't allow outside food or drink and search bags. $4 for a bottle of water when I'm there for 3.5 hours in the middle of summer is bullshit. Other than that, I see your point. You're right. I remember Woodstock 99, there was serious price gouging on water. Kids crying on airplanes. Man, those poor parents. If I'm close by I offer to help, and if not, just shove in noise isolating headphones and crank it up while I read. I think this is a topic which is very much affected by how long you're on the flight. An hour-day flight versus a 15+ hour red-eye. On a 15-hour flight, I would be impressed if a little kid didn't get fussy at least once. Last time I was on a flight that long, even I was on the verge of tears from being so damn uncomfortable and bored. Which way the toilet roll goes. I am a grown-ass adult. I can rip toilet paper off regardless. What celebrities do? They're just people. They're entitled to live their lives in private if they wish. I have no interest in what they're wearing, where they've been for lunch, or what they said to someone. If one likes their steak well done, I don't care, man. All you're eating is nutrients after all, and it's gonna turn into shit. Other people being bad at video games. Some people can be so toxic and I really don't get it. We all have bad games. And that you had to be the one getting flamed at one point and thought, I usually don't play this shitty. So the next time someone on your team is going like 0/10, remember when you went 0/10, they probably already feel shitty enough about their performance without your antagonizing words. Toxicity helps no one. Nickelback. Lots of people say they're awful and hate them. I don't mind them. I don't actively listen to them. But I enjoy them more than a lot of the crap bands I hear on the radio. Men putting down the toilet seat. I'm a woman who's put the toilet seat down myself my whole life and never found issue with it. Why does the onus for putting the seat up or down have to be on men? Everyone should put the seat and the lid down before they flush so the pee and poo particles don't fly through the air onto your toothbrush. This is why you don't put toilets into bathrooms. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for 3 videos a day.